Okay, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to put the answer up on the board. And if you didn't get that answer for number 21, I want you to go ahead and copy the steps. And if you did get that answer to number 21, you can just wait until we get to number 22. I say 21, excuse me, 27. Okay, so the answer to number 27 is 1/2. Okay, 27 is 1/2. And that was points 0, 1, and 6, 4. So we were finding the slope of this, so we need to connect our y's, we need to connect our x's, and we need to subtract y's over x's. So we're going 4 minus 1 all over 6 minus 0. That's 3 over 6, which reduces to 1/2. Again, make sure that you reduce all fractions. Number 28. Number 28, the answer is 11/12. And the coordinates are -8, -2. And 4, 9. Okay, so again, we connect our y's, connect our x's. So we have 9 minus a -2, and then we have 4 minus a -8. Remember, minus a minus changes all these to plus. So that gives me 9 plus 2, which is 11, over 8 plus 4, which is 12. Okay, so 11/12 on that one. Number 29. The answer to number 29 is -1. And we have -3, 7. And 5, -1. Connect the x's, connect the y's, connect the y's, connect the x's. We have -1 minus 7 all over 5 minus a -3. The 5 minus a -3, that becomes plus. -1 minus 7 is -8. And 5 plus 3 is 8. -8 divided by +8 is -1. Number 30. The answer to number 30 is -2. My coordinates are 6, -4, and -1, 10. Connect the y's, connect the x's. So I have 10 minus a -4 all over -1 minus 6. The minus a minus on top becomes plus. That's going to be 14. -1 minus 6 is -7. And I reduce that. 14 divided by -7 is -2. Okay, and finally in this section, this will complete the first section, number 31. There will be one of these tomorrow. These are the very, very simple word problems. Remember, for our slope, we're looking for rise over run. Okay, change in rise versus the change in run. So this says a lizard is crawling up a hill that rises 5 feet for every horizontal change of 30 feet. Okay, so it rises 5 feet. Horizontal change, that's going to be its run. We run horizontally, so that's going to be 30. And I'm going to reduce that by the factor of 5. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 30 6 times. So 1/6. Okay? And all of this was chapter 8, section 6. Okay? Chapter 8, section 6. So this was on slope. All right? So we'll go ahead and continue to a new section. Okay. This is chapter 8, section 7. We're looking at the slope-intercept form. And the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m represents your slope and b represents your y-intercept. So let's look at number 32. They give us an equation of y equals 4x plus 7. Okay, what they want for us is they want to know what the slope is and they want to know what the y-intercept is. Okay, so your slope is always the number that's in front of the x. So in this case, my slope is 4. And my y-intercept is 7. Okay, sorry, I didn't use the same method as I did on the first section. I need to go back to just putting the answer and see if you got it correct. All right, so let's do that on number 33. Number 33, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. The slope is negative 4/3. And the y-intercept is 0. Okay, so in this one, the original equation was this. Okay, notice that slope is the value that's in front of the x, but there is not a value for the y-intercept. Okay, that's why we put plus 0, because we can add 0 to anything and it doesn't change the value. So that makes my y-intercept at 0. Okay, let's look at number 34. Okay, 34, the slope is negative 5. And this one also has a y-intercept of 0. Now, this one originally looked like this. 5x plus y equals 0. Now the problem with this one is it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So we need to get it that way, and to get the y by itself, I have to move the 5x. Because it's a positive 5x, I move it by subtracting it. And so that will cancel on this side, leaving me with y equals, and on the other side that 0 doesn't mean anything because it doesn't change anything. I just end up with y equals negative 5x. The number in front of the x is my slope, which is negative 5. And again, my y-intercept is 0 because I could add 0 to that and not change it. So that's number 34. Number 35 is similar. Okay. Number 35 has a slope of 1. And a y-intercept of negative 8. And it originally looked like this. Again, not in y equals mx plus b form, so we need to get the y by itself. So to move the negative x, I'm going to add x. Let me clean that up a little bit. Sorry about that. To both sides. Now, I'm going to offset this because those are not like terms. And to put it in y equals mx plus b, I want to put the x first. So that's a positive x. And then I want to bring down the negative 8. Okay, the number in front of the x is 1. That's where I get my slope of 1. And then the number that stands alone is the negative 8, which means that's my y-intercept. Okay. Now we're going to get to some graphing in slope-intercept form. So let's go ahead and look at number 36. And number 36 is y equals negative x plus 4. So I'm going to identify my y-intercept as 4. It's by itself. Now my slope, the number in front of the x is negative, so that makes it a negative 1. And I want to write that as a fraction because I want rise over run. Rising negative 1 means I fall, and running 1 in a positive direction means I go to the right. So down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. Now I put 4 dots on here. All you need is 3, but we'll just make a pretty good line there. And that's our line of y equals negative x plus 4. Again, y-intercept of 4. Slope goes down 1 to the right 1. Again, that was number 36. So let's look at number 37. And our equation in number 37 is y equals 2x minus 6. And so my y-intercept in this case is going to be negative 6 all the way down here. My slope tells me that I have 2 over 1. So I'm going to rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Again, I'm putting 4 on here. You just need to put 3. Get a good one here. Right about there. Okay. Y-intercept of negative 6, rise 2 to the right 1. All right, let's go to number 38. Number 38 is y equals 3 halves x minus 3. Okay. Y equals 3 halves x minus 3. This is one where sometimes we get a little intimidated because we see that fraction. And I got a little humming here because of the volume. Let me turn this down. There we go. But actually this fraction is good for us because we're going to represent our slope as a fraction, and this one's already a fraction, so I don't have to change it. My y-intercept is negative 3, so I'm going to negative 3 right here. And my slope tells me to go up 3 and to the right 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so that's what I look like. Okay. All right, there's my graph of y equals 3 halves x minus 3. Again, y-intercept of negative 3, slope up 3 and to the right 2. Okay, that was number 38. Sorry, I didn't put that number up there. All right, let's look at 39. 39 is y equals negative 1/4 x plus 5. I'm sorry, what was that? Plus 5? Yes, plus 5. Okay, so my slope is negative 1/4. Now, there were many people that asked, do I put the negative on the 1 or do I put it on the 4? It doesn't matter because it's going to send you opposite directions, but it would be the same line. Okay, so either one would work. I'm going to go to a y-intercept of 5, which is right here. And I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 4. Now I couldn't go another space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch that around, and I'm going to go up 1 and to the left 4, which shows you that I could use either one of those slopes and they're the same thing as long as just one of them is negative. Nope, that's horrible. Need my line feature. Again, straight edges, guys. I could learn by my own words. Okay. Again, y-intercept of 5, slope of down 1 to the right 4, or up 1 to the left 4 would also work. And that's number 39. Okay. Number 40. 40 is a word problem. No big deal. It gives us the equation. I'm going to go ahead and switch the equation around. It had y equals 7 plus 2x. I'm going to change that around to y equals 2x plus 7. So it's in my y equals mx plus b form. And now let's answer the questions. It says state the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so slope is the number in front of the x, which is going to be 2. And the y-intercept is going to be 7. Now, here's the confusing part for some of you. At the end, it says describe what each of them represent. So what is my slope? Well, I go back up into the problem, and slope is the number that's connected to the x, and the problem tells me that x represents the time. So that means my slope represents time. And so the whole problem is about how much time it takes and how tall it gets. So if I've already used time, my y-intercept has to be distance. Okay, so this is a 3-part problem. All right, one for the slope, one for the y-intercept, and one describing what each of them are. Again, slope is time, y-intercept is distance. Okay, let's look at number 41. The answer to number 41 is y equals negative 2x plus 5. Okay, what they had given you originally is they told you that the slope was negative 2 and that the y-intercept was 5. So I just take those two things and I substitute them into y equals mx plus b form. Okay, these are some quick problems. We should be able to get these fairly easily. Let's look at 42. Same type of problem. The answer to number 42 is y equals 3/4 x minus 1. Again, these are the answers first, and then the problem second. So this told you that the slope was 3/4 and that the y-intercept is negative 1. Again, y equals mx plus b form. Number 43. The answer to number 43 is y equals 4x. So the question originally stated a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 0. Okay, remember, if I add 0 to this thing, it doesn't change it. So that means that has to be what my y-intercept is. Okay, but remember, we don't write the plus 0. Okay, so now we're going to go into writing an equation in point slope form. And so this is number 44. Okay, the answer to number 44 is y equals negative x. Excuse me, this is all jumbled together. Y equals negative x plus 6. Okay, y equals negative x plus 6. Now, how do we get there? Let's take the points 3, 3, and 7, negative 1. And the first thing we want to do is find the slope. Connect the y's, connect the x's. So we've got negative 1 minus 3 all over 7 minus 3. So that's going to give us negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. So I'm going to pick the point 3, 3, and I'm going to pick my slope, not pick my slope, but use my slope that I just found, which is negative 1. And I'm going to substitute it into this equation. This is our point slope form. So y is always y. y1 in this case is 3. My slope is negative 1. X is always x. And x1 is minus 3. Or is 3, and I subtract 3. So now I want to do this distributive property. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. And now to get y by itself, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Those will cancel, which gives me a final equation of y equals negative x plus 6. Again, you can put the negative 1x if you want to. I just simplify mine just a little bit further. Y equals negative x plus 6. All right, let's take a look at 45. Okay, the answer to 45 is, where's 45 at? Y equals 3x plus 2. Okay, y equals 3x plus 2. So we're taking our coordinates of 1, 5 and 2, 8. Okay, so we're going to connect our y's, connect our x's. We have 8 minus 5 over 2 minus 1, which that's going to be 3 over 1, which is 3. And so I'm going to pick the first point. Okay, 1, 5 with a slope of 3. I'm going to write my formula again. And here we go. Y is always y. Y1 is 5. The slope is 3. X is always x. And x1 is 1. Do my distributive property. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And I'm going to add 5 to both sides, giving me a final answer of y equals 3x plus 2. Y equals 3x plus 2. Okay, let's move on to 46. Another word problem. We know that when we graph y equals mx plus b, that our y-intercept is always fixed. Our slope goes up or down, but our y-intercept is always fixed. So we need to look at number 46 and find out which cost is fixed. So let me give you the answer first to letter A. The answer is y equals 30x plus 100. And then the answer to letter B is $220. So let's find out how they got it. Now, they give us a price to rent the facility as $100 firm price, and then $30 an hour to rent another part of the facility. So our fixed cost is the $100. Okay, so fixed is 100, and variable is the 30, because we don't know how many hours we're going to be staying. Okay, fixed is y-intercept. And variable is slope. So we plug that into our equation and we will get y equals 30x plus 100. That's letter A. Now, letter B lets us in on the deal and tells us that they're going to rent it for 4 hours. So I'm going to substitute everywhere I see an x with the number 4. So 30 times 4 is 120. Oh, excuse me. That should be 100. I'm getting ahead of myself. And 120 plus 100 gives me a total cost of the facility at $220. Yes, I should put a box around those. Okay, fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, let's go to number 47. Okay, number 47. We go from 2000 to 2006. For some reason, they didn't do a 2001. I'm not sure why. Actually, that needs to be 2003. Ah. Okay. So 2006. And so my lowest is going to be 139. My highest is going to be 221. And so I'm going to start at zeros. And I'm going to start at 100 and go by 25s. Let's see, what was my highest again? My highest is 221, so that should get it. Okay, 2000 is 139, somewhere in there. 2002 is 158, somewhere in there. 2003 is 170, in there. 2004 is 195. 2005 is 219. And 2006 is 221. So just a little less than 225. Okay, my line of best fit, I'm going to say right about there. So there's my scatter plot and my line of best fit. Then it says use the line to predict the median price for an existing home for the year 2015. So I take the year 2015, and now I need to make an equation. So my y-intercept, to me, looks like 125. Now I need to pick a couple of coordinates. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2002, which was 158.1, and then I'm going to pick 2004, and in 2004 we were at 195.2. Okay, and so I'm going to subtract the y's, so that's going to be 195.2 minus 158.1. That's going to give me 37.1. And then 2004 minus 2002 is 2. So my slope is about 18.6. So that makes my equation y equals 18.6x plus 125. Okay. And so now I want to plug in the year 2015. So 2015 is 15 years past where we started. So I'm going to take y equals 18.6 times 15 plus 125. Okay. 18.6 times 15 gives me 279, and 279 plus 125, get a little more room here, gives me 404. Okay, so that would be 404, and that's in thousands, so that would be $404,000. Okay. All right, final question. Number 48. Nope, not that one. 48. All right, so on the years, I go from 2003 to 2008. Is that right? Yes, 2003. And the numbers, I go from 45 to 80. So I'm going to go 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. All right. 2003 is 45. 2004 is 48. 2005 is 56. 2006 is 60. 2007 is 65. And 2008 is 80. So my line of best fit, I'm going to say, is right about there. I'm going to go ahead and do this equation. I would say my y-intercept is 40. Slope, I'm going to pick 2004, and I'm going to pick 2008. And the coordinates at 2004 were 48. And the coordinates at 2008 were 80. Okay, so I'm going to subtract my y's. 80 minus 48 is going to leave me with 32. And then 2008 minus 2004 is 4. So 32 over 4, 32 divided by 4 is 8. So that gives me a slope of 8. Making my equation y equals 8x plus 40. So I'm guessing in letter B they're going to give us a year, and they say 2015. So from 2003 to 2015 is 12 years. So everywhere I see an X, I'm going to replace it with 12. Okay, so 8 times 12. 8 times 12 is going to give me 96. Gets a little bit more room here. And 96 plus 40 is going to give me 136. Now, how do they represent this? Changes in average ticket prices. Okay, so we're at approximately $136. Okay. All right, that is the review, start to finish. About 38 minutes worth. Every problem worked correctly, all sections covered, and we'll go over this in class today, and feel free to use this at home if you want to look over some review. So again, just real quick, let me take care of some minor points. The sections that are covered are the following sections. We have 8-6, 8-7, 8-8, and 8-9. Okay, 4 sections. Probably looking at about 28 problems. Now, obviously that doesn't mean 4 from each section, because the last ones are a little harder. I'm not going to give 4 of those, probably 1 to 2 of those. And then the other sections are a little bit easier, so there'll be more from them. All right, so good luck, study hard, and we will see you tomorrow.